Hi everyone, I'm back again. All right, so the last time we were dealing with G minor seventh and G seventh and G minor seventh flat five or G half diminished and G minor six. And we were talking about the different things each one could be. There's another thing, you've probably seen these forms like this. Hard to do on this guitar. What they are, they're these first inversions here. They're not first inversions, but the first ones that I showed you. The G minor seventh in the different places. Sorry about that. All right, so here's the deal. You've heard of the term drop two. Well, it means drop the top note 2 octaves, basically. I mean, there's a lot of debate about different ways of explaining that, but the simplest thing I can tell you is you take this G and drop it down 2 octaves. And then you leave the rest of your notes there. So you still have the F, the B flat, and the D, only now you have the G on the sixth string instead of the first. So these are nice chords. Actually, we'll get into that, omitting the fifth and just playing the basic 3-note shell. Those are very cool. We'll get into those too. A lot of people think they're old-fashioned, but they're fooling themselves. So some of the greatest guitar players I've ever seen all know them. Even Pat Metheny and John Scofield and John Abercrombie and John McLaughlin. And, a lot of Johns in the famous guitar players, aren't there? So here's the deal. So you take that first minor seventh and you drop the top note down on the sixth string, which in this case happens to be the root. Now you take that next form. So you take that top note, which is a B flat, which happens to be the third, right? So then you put that on the bottom. I'm sorry. You put that on the bottom. And it looks suspiciously like a B flat 6 chord, which it is. B flat 6 and G minor 7th is the same chord. But here we're thinking of it as a G minor 7th, right? So then you take your next form. It has that D on the top, which is the fifth, so we put that on the bottom. And then finally, this one. Now, if you took the same idea, and this is something you have to work on. I mean, if you email me, just leave me a message there. Give me your email. I'd feel better that way, and I can communicate with you. But if you take the dominant seventh forms, right? Well, they work the same way. Look. Right? And then you have this one. So put that note back on the sixth string. Kind of a nice sound there. And then the next one. So we put that, and you recognize this. It's like one of those first seventh forms you use, but you got the fifth up here. And then finally this last one, well, you got the seventh in the bass here. We could move these down to F, and for this guitar without a cutaway, it would be easier for me to play them for you. Right, and then the next one would be this. They'll be a little tricky at first, and then you have this form. So you got this. So that's something to think about. I think that's enough for this one. One other thing you should think about doing is taking these same forms, right? You got your, we're back to G minor again. Excuse me. So you've got F, B flat, D, G. So why not go on the fifth string and find a F and a B flat and a D and a G, and so you got these forms on the inside four strings. Actually, you could put them on the bass strings too, but when you get lower, they get a little muddy. So, you know, so there's one. Here's the next one. So what do we have there? We have G, D, F, and B flat. So D, right? G, F, and B flat. G, D, F, and B flat. Let me think about this one a minute. We'd have to come up here. A real simple form that we already know. And, you know, same way with your dominant seventh chords and your half diminished chords, or your minor 7 flat 5 and your minor 6 chords. You have 1/7 form looks like this. Kind of looks like a major 9. All right, but so you can figure those all out on the inside four strings. I guess you're beginning to realize this is work, you know, but it will teach you the neck. You know, I mean, even if you find them by sound, you'll start to realize that you know, there's neck up here. Anyhow, give me some feedback. Let me know what you need, and I'll try to come up with some more stuff for you. Sorry I rambled a little, but you get the idea. Thanks.